And hello. How's everybody doing? Got a few people in the chat already. We'll begin here pretty quick. Let me know in the chat if the quality's good, if you can hear me okay. If there's any issues, I have different microphones and I even have another camera, and so I can switch around a little bit. But everything should be going pretty smooth. Today's treasure hunt is actually a $40 hunt out of our winners so far, which is Ohio River History, Christine Cornejo, and Digging Richmond, and Mike Haverstock, who was last week's winner. Mike won $20 and donated it to this live treasure hunt. So instead of winning your $20 today, you're going to win $40 if you're able to, figure out where this treasure's at. And how I normally, so if you're new to the stream, how I normally send the money, I could send it digitally through PayPal, something like that, whatever, digital thing you use. I could send cash in the mail. That's also another option. And, whatever, I can donate it to the next week's stream like Mike did, or I can, whatever charity you're into. First shout out for today is it is the Marine Corps' birthday, and I was in the Marine Corps, so happy birthday, Marine Corps. So to get this treasure hunt started, I got to drink some water as we're waiting for everybody to join us. Remember to share this hunt, invite people. The more people we get, it just makes it more fun. Normally, how this treasure hunt's going to work is it takes around they figured it out in about an hour last week, but it's an hour to 2 hours for the solve. Basically, you start off with a clue in the form of kind of like a little poem that I write. And then every 15 minutes, you can request a new clue, a hint, or I'll tighten the location. What I mean by tighten the location is, here we go. I can use Google Earth. Like so. There we go. You can see it next to me. And using this, I can go all over the globe and let you know, like tighten up a location, say, hey, it's more right here, more right here. So yeah, that's basically how the progression of it works. So you get a new clue, a hint, or I tighten up the location using Google Earth. The rules of this treasure hunt are basically it's on somewhere on the earth. It's not going to be in space. So anywhere on earth is good to go. Some of our past solves for the hunt has been Blood Falls in Antarctica. And then another one was a fountain that was actually in Aquatic Bay in San Francisco. So just be mindful that it could be like an object, like a specific thing, or a location, and or both. And the example I always give is the Eiffel Tower is both an object and it has a physical address. So, that it could be that Eiffel Tower, for instance, and you might be looking for an address or an item, right? Another one that's in America that everybody knows, the biggest ball of yarn, or the Jolly Green Giant, or the Mall of America, or something like that, or the Statue of Liberty is like a pretty well-known one. If you're in another country, I can't think of a specific example, maybe like the Jesus in Rio de Janeiro or something like that that's in Brazil. So it's going to be an object or a location. You're going to start out with a clue here in just a minute. And then every 15 minutes, new clue, hint, or I tighten the location using Google Earth. And I'll repeat these rules as we go along because people kind of jump in and out of the stream depending on what kind of device they're on. And then, like I said, today's hunt, you can win $40 by finding the treasure. And we've had a winner every single one. So this is number 5. And our past winners again are Ohio River History, Christine Cornejo, Digging Richmond, and Mike Haverstock. And then one other thing I want to point out is that whenever I do give you a new clue or hint, I will post it in the actual chat, in the comments feed. And so the people who are here, watching and wanting to do the comments feed, you're able to, go back and kind of see like the verbiage and stuff. But I'll read it kind of how I interpret it or how I wanted it to be interpreted, I guess. But like I said, last week's hunt, somebody solved it in about an hour. And the other 2 hunts, it was about 1 to 2 hours. But last week's was definitely one of the faster solves by Mike Haverstock. And he donated the $20 to this week. And that's why this week you can win $40 instead of $20. for this hunt. Remember, share this hunt, invite your friends. I tell people this at the beginning and at the end of the stream. The more the merrier. The more people we get, I could actually make the hunt more difficult, more challenging. Maybe even throw a little more, a higher dollar amount in there just so people are more engaged. But we've had success every time we've done it. And so with that being said, let me go to the comments and say hi to BC Treasure Trails and Brad. Brad's a real MVP. He tries to make it to every stream. But let's kick off, our fifth, I guess it'd be like an installment of this treasure hunt. I'll just ask in the chat right now, do I sound okay? Is everybody okay with my audio video quality? I do have other microphones I can use, that sort of thing. Just let me know in the chat, and I'll just wait a second as I run these banners through and kind of show you the past winners again. The amount of the treasure again. And remember, share it. On whatever social media you use, it's appreciated. We are a monetized channel, but it's not really all about the money. But when the money we do get back, it's kind of like why we do this hunt. So we make some bucks, and basically we give the bucks back to you, the community that's super supportive. So if you share the hunt, remember, invite your friends, especially if if it's somebody that's really into something like this. I really enjoy this, and this is why I started it. Sounds good, but we are live streaming with the right person too. Clean cut today. Yeah, I know. So Brad, I've been busy this week. We're actually getting married on Saturday, and I couldn't look like a woolly mammoth. So I got cleaned up, and that way I'm looking a little bit spiffier for pictures and stuff like that. And will it grow back? 100%. It will 100% grow back. I will get it. I will be back to my prime woolly mammoth style. So let's we got a few people in the chat, and it always works out this way where people kind of jump in here and there. But let's go with the first clue, and just remember, after this first clue, you get a new clue hint, or you tighten the location. And once again, today you can win $40 by finding the treasure. So the first clue, I will read it out and then put it into the chat. And here we go. Toupee. Lots of minerals. My town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, high and flowing H2O. I am in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. And that is our first clue for our fifth treasure hunt. Let me copy and put this in the chat for you. You're all the way in Australia, Brad. I guess I could invite you if you can make it. That'd be fun. Let's see. Okay, and I have it uploaded in the chat. Oh, I forgot that it does this. You can see whenever I switch it over from my Word document to the chat. I'll fix it right now. But that's the first clue. It's going to be toupee, and I'll end each little installment with a period. Lots of minerals. My town's name. Let's go like this. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, high, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. And I'm getting it up in the chat for you right now, so you have it as a reference. This version is way better, and there we go. Now, okay, so that's our first clue. I'll read it one more time, just so there's clarification with it. Toupee, lots of minerals. My town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, high, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. That's our first clue. And then, like I said, every 15 minutes or so, depending on what the chat wants to do, I will give you a new clue, a hint, or I will tighten the location. And basically, whoever guesses correctly, you'll submit your answer into the actual comment. I will highlight the comment like so, declare you the winner, and then you will figure out how you want to get your $40 today. It's that simple. Once again, we'll go over the first clue. So you guys have it. It's right there in the chat. Toupee, lots of minerals. My town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. That's the first clue. And we'll just say here at 4:45, we will do the next clue. That I think that'll be a good appropriate time, or maybe even 4:35. Depending on how many people get into the actual comment section of this video. Normally it jumps anywhere from like, we'll have 2 people watching to 10 people watching to 20 people watching, and it kind of goes all over the place. But overall, we normally get pretty good engagement, and somebody does solve this within the first hour pretty easily. Here we go. So, and then there's something I'll bring up is I know that there's a little bit of a flaw with how this works. For instance, if you're using your phone, right, and you're Googling stuff and you're jumping back and forth, anytime you log out, it kind of pulls you out of the actual live stream. And my fix for that was designating these times. So if it seems like too systematic, like, oh, why is it every 15 minutes? Why is it this? And it's mainly because people are on one device. And so if you're on your phone or something like that, and you're, oh, okay, I'm trying to figure out this hunt, then you'll jump out and then be looking at stuff like on Google Earth, or you'll be Googling something, or whatever piece of software you're using. And, you'll jump back in and you'll be like, oh, wait, what did I miss? So I don't give any hints, clues, or anything like that, except at the designated times. So the next clue will be at 4:35. The clue you see on the screen is the first clue, and the first person to answer it will win $40. And the chat timestamps it. So say you guess and then somebody guesses right afterwards, I can see who was correct first. We had our very first treasure hunt where a lot of people were super close. And at the end, we had everybody guess pretty much the same answer, but the person to answer first was the winner. And they won $100. That hunt was specifically $100. I've been doing these hunts at about $20 a pop. Last week, let me go over our winners again. Our past winners are Ohio River History. Check out his YouTube. Christine Cornejo. Digging Richmond. I'll be on his YouTube later today, actually, doing a little interview style, just talking with him about treasure hunting and stuff. And then Mike Haverstock was the winner last week. He won it pretty quick, probably our fastest winner, and he donated his $20 to today's hunt. And so you can win $40 by finding the treasure, which is pretty cool. I appreciated him in donating it because, the bigger the pot, the more, it may benefit somebody. And I will send you the money digitally, by check, cash, something like that. I could, donate it to whatever you want it to be donated to, that sort of thing. So if you win, I'll make sure you get it. You can hit up these past winners to see if it's legit. All these people have gotten what they've asked for. And then here in about 5 minutes, I'll give you a new clue, a hint, or I'll tighten the location, with the first clue being Toupee, lots of minerals, my town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing water. That's H2O if you didn't know. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. And that's where we're at right now, with no guesses so far. No winners in this treasure hunt. We're about I always give a little buffer, about 15 minutes, to let people kind of get their stuff together and join. And then normally about 30 to 45 minutes is when, a lot of people start jumping into the stream and we're getting more engagement. in the chat, as a chat, you will decide in the comment section. We'll just go by democracy whether you want a new clue, which is like the clue I just gave you. It's just some sort of riddle or poem or something like that that'll lead you closer to the place. You can get a new hint, or I could tighten the location using Google Earth here as my tool to kind of, you know, go to wherever the place might be, and then I can zoom in on it, and, you know, that way it eliminates all the other places, so you're not looking all over the world and you're stuck there. And that's basically it. And here in about 5 minutes. So, and we've been super busy. We uploaded a video recently, but you know how life goes. We're getting married this weekend. If you haven't seen it, I put up my proposal video online where I buried a time casket and proposed in a treasure hunting sort of way, since that's our hobby. And she said yes. And so we will be getting married here pretty quick. It'll be this Saturday. And then after that, it's kind of cold season. We still been doing a lot of treasure hunting, but as the weather changes, we're kind of limited to what we can do. But the good thing is I've got a lot of video in stock. So I have a lot of really cool treasure hunts that we did. And we actually found some really, really cool stuff. And I've been really eager to make the videos, but I have more success, you know, whenever I upload a video once every couple weeks or something like that, instead of uploading a video every, you know, couple days. So I'm just, you know, because we've been busy also, I got a lot of footage, you know, a lot of beach detecting we've been doing. We've been digging in my backyard. In one of the videos, you'll see I rented a backhoe and I dug up the big treasure hole that we have. So if you watch our treasure hunting videos with the big treasure hole, we found some really, really cool stuff, including we even found like an old opal brooch. And it's all dehydrated because opals, believe it or not, and this is something I learned from my geology class recently, that opals have H2O inside of them, and they can be dried out. And so, like, if you have nice opal jewelry, they can lose their, like, I think it's called luster or whatever, you know, their shininess as they become dehydrated. So it's very interesting to learn that. And I mean, I probably would have never learned that if I didn't pull it out of the ground right out of my backyard. And my backyard has been probably the best treasure hole on the planet, 100%. So I got those videos on the way where, like I said, I rented a backhoe, we dug in the backyard, we found jewelry, we found old antique bottles, all kinds of crazy stuff. And I mean, it's really probably going to be our best treasure hunting video, but I'm just saving it, you know, and until I like to make good quality videos. And when I'm busy, it's hard to pump out those kind of videos. And we're about a minute away from giving you a new clue, a hint, or Titan location. You as a chat will decide what you want, a new clue, or hint, or location. The only clue given so far is right here. Toupee, lots of minerals. My town's name, first, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. Welcome, Brockton Magnifisher. We're here in about 2 minutes. We will give the first clue. I know you've played with us before, so you understand the rules. And the only clue we've given is in the comment section right there, with no winners, no guesses yet. But here in about 2 minutes, we'll give you a new clue, a hint, something like that. And just to explain the hint portions again, if you are new to the treasure hunt live stream, but basically, you can see this clue right underneath my head that's being displayed. A hint would be like me. You're saying, oh, hey, I want a hint. What did you mean by first, then that line, or second, then that line? And I will just tell you. I will tell you literally what I meant, what it's supposed to be. And that way it can you can understand maybe even the rest of it. Once you get a little bit of a hint for that, maybe the rest of it will make sense. A new clue would be a clue like this. And then, you know, me tightening the location would be me using Google Earth, like I've shown a couple times now. So we're at that portion now where I will give you a new clue, a hint, or I'll tighten up the location. Just whoever in the chat, I go by majority. In the next couple minutes, whatever you guys decide, I will give you a new clue, hint, or I'll tighten the location. So just comment and let me know what you want. If one person says something and nobody else does, that's what I'll go with. Whatever the majority is, that's what you'll get, 100%. We have no winners yet. As of today, we've only given one clue, and we're about to give a new clue, a hint, or we'll tighten the location. After I give the new clue, I give you a hint or I tighten the location. I will show you the old clue again, and no guesses. Whoever is the first one to have a guess will win $40. It's that simple. So in the comments section, let me know if you want a new clue, a hint, or to tighten the location, and I'll pull up Google Earth so you get what I'm saying. I can use Google Earth to show you the location where it's buried. Each time I tighten the location, for instance, if it's somewhere in Africa, I will go to the continent of Africa first so you don't have to worry about the other continents, and I will zoom into the specific spot little by little. I won't zoom in right to where it's at, probably ever, but I will get you in the vicinity to where it's pretty close. So, but we're at that time now where whoever says it first, I will give you a new clue, a hint, or I'll tighten the location with the old clue being toupee, lots of minerals, my town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. Okay, right now we have a clue. And if there's nothing, Brockton, here in a little bit, I will throw down a new clue and take it from there. Give it another minute or so, and we will see kind of where we're at. Okay, nobody said anything, Brockton, and it's always good to just keep this thing flowing, so we'll give you a new clue. Here we go. This will be a good one. This should help tighten it up. Okay. So here we go. Here is clue number 2. Clue number 2. We found buried beer cans in this area. Check out our past. And now at around 4:45, 4:50, just because that took a little bit, I will give you a new clue, a hint, or I will tighten up the location using Google Earth, like to my right, like using Google Earth as a tool. Clue number 1, toupee. Lots of minerals. My town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. That's clue number 1. Clue number 2, we found buried beer cans in this area. Check out our past. And then other than that, nobody has had a guess so far. So this treasure hunt, you can win $40 by figuring out this little riddle I got you and finding the treasure. We have had past winners: Ohio River History, Christine Cornejo, Digging Richmond, and Mike Haverstock. This treasure hunt will go as long as it takes to find a winner. Each treasure hunt we've had, so we've had 4 previous ones with these 4. They've all had winners, and you're seeing them there right on the screen. The first treasure hunt we did, somebody won $100. The other 3 were $20, but Mike Haverstock donated his $20 winnings, to this week, and that's why this week is a $40 treasure hunt. And here at about 4:45, I will give you a new clue, a hint, or I'll tighten the location up. So mark that time on your clock so you don't miss it. And I've only given 2 clues out, like I said, with nobody guessing what it was. Clue number 1, toupee, lots of minerals, my town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. And then I gave out clue number 2 here just a second ago. We found buried beer cans in this area. Check out our past. And that's where we're at right now. And at 4:45, I'll slap like I said, I'll slap another clue, a hint, or I can tighten up the location using Google Earth as my tool, as my reference, and I can make it bigger and really big. And that's where we're at right now. So also, if you're just jumping into the chat and it's your first time in this treasure hunt, basically it's going to be like an object or location. The Eiffel Tower is a good example that I use, but I just thought of like the Statue of Liberty today has like an address, but it's also like a big object and it's a well-known object. So it could be something like that. It could be like a feature. Like for instance, I did one of the answers to the solved, and I believe the third treasure hunt that I think it was Digging Richmond that won that one. It was Blood Falls, which is kind of like a geologic feature, like a national park type thing. But it was Blood Falls, like a big waterfall that's colored red because of like the iron oxides in the water and stuff like that. So it could be like geologic feature. It could be an object. It could be a specific location. So don't limit yourself. It's important not to limit yourself. We've had a winner each week. We've had a winner. And Ohio River History, I believe he found the fountain in San Francisco that we were looking for. Christine Cornejo found Obsidian Butte that was in the Salton Sea, located in Southern California. Digging Richmond found Blood Falls, which was located in Antarctica. And then Mike Haverstock found the solve for last week, which was, I am not recalling off the top of my head what it was actually. But so each week somebody's solved it. Mike Haverstock donated $20. And so this week it's $40. $40 if you're the first one to make a guess, and it's correct. So, Brockton, you just asked your past videos. I cannot, that would be, if you vote for a hint, I could answer that question. That's kind of like how the hints work. So if you're like asking me if it's my past videos, like, oh, you could just literally ask, give me a hint about clue 2, and maybe I can give you an answer. But who knows what I mean by that? It's, and here's the clue he's referencing, clue number 2. We found buried beer cans in this area. Check out our past. So you can interpret that however you want. If you want me to give you a hint on that and or the first clue, you're going to have to vote for it here in about 3 minutes. Toupee, lots of minerals, my town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. That's clue number 1 that we gave at the beginning of the stream. Clue number 2 was we found buried beer cans in this area. Check out our past. Here in about a minute or two, you, the chat, will vote on whether you want a new clue, like the 2 clues I just went over. If you want a hint, which would be kind of going off what we were talking about, Brockton, where, hey, what did you mean by this? The hint, I would tell you what I meant by it easily. For the first clue, you'd have to pick a specific spot, like a section of it, and then I would tell you what I meant by it. To lead you, to my thought process. Or, I could, like I said, tighten up the location using Google Earth as an aid, and you would know which continent what country, maybe the state, right? It depends on how I feel and where we're at. But right now it could be anywhere on the planet. And the only guides that you have are the first 2 clues that I gave you. Which was, just to go back to it before we make our next vote. Clue number 1, which is right below. It says Toupee, lots of minerals, my town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. And then clue number 2, we found buried beer cans in this area. Check out our past. And now in the chat, and I'll just kind of go off of the majority. If one person says it, if 5 people say different things, I'll go off the majority. But in the chat, let me know if you want a new clue resembling the clues I just showed you. A hint, which would be giving you hints about the clues, kind of like what the meaning is, or to tighten the location using Google Earth, and I'll have it popped up right here. So if you decide to tighten the location, I'll tighten the location. If you want a hint about something I was saying, I'll give you a hint. or I'll give you a new clue. And I'll give the next 30 seconds to a minute for people to put it in the comments. If one person says, hey, new clue, I'm just going to go with it just to keep everything flowing and moving and working good. Let's go back over to the comments and see. You want to tighten it up. So Brockton is voting right now. He's the only one to vote to tighten up the location. And so unless I hear differently from the rest of the chat, I will be using Google Earth here to tighten up the location. That's simple. With nobody else saying anything, I'll give it about 10 more seconds. It looks like I am going to tighten up the location. And so you would have 2 clues at this point, and you would know the general location of where it's at. So let me use Google Earth, and it looks like you got it, Brockton. Let's move it around. There we go. That is me tightening up the location. So basically what this means, let me take off this. What this means is it's somewhere within the limits, right? It could be out in the ocean. Technically, there's islands and stuff, right? It could be in Montana, Washington, Oregon. If you can't see the names on those, it's basically you're looking at the United States. I know when I zoom out, sometimes you could get lost in the sauce, but if you're from the United States, that should be pretty recognizable. So it's not going to be anywhere that's not in this picture. So, for instance, it's not going to be in, Africa or Antarctica or something because it's not in the image right now that you're seeing. So we know that we have 2 clues, and we know that the first clue is toupee, lots of minerals, my town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I am in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. I know the grammar. I just realized the grammar is kind of weird in that too. There's no secret with the grammar. I'm just dumb and didn't, grammatically do that correctly. I just typed it into a document and kind of pasted it over. And then the second clue, we found buried beer cans in this area. Check out our past. And let's just say at the top of the hour at 5 o'clock, which we're about 5. We've had about 5 streamers off and on, but normally around 5 o'clock, we get a pretty big boost. I think that's when people are getting off work and stuff, and this gets really competitive. So if you have an early edge and you guess it before everybody starts popping on, you're good to go. So really look into these 2 clues that I've given you. Know that in that image, this Google Earth digital image, in the Google Earth image, it's not going to be outside of the boundaries that I'm showing you, right? So it won't be in England or Africa or whatever. It's somewhere in the image. So somewhere and what's being depicted here on Google Earth. It looks like we do. Brockton has his first guess. We have Goldwater Brewing Company, Scottsdale, Arizona. That's incorrect, but I didn't even know if that was a thing. But it actually makes sense because I know that Goldwater was a politician. Just a fun fact. And I believe he ran against President Johnson or maybe Kennedy. I don't remember exactly. I think he ran against President Johnson in the 60s. Some Jeopardy knowledge for you. And then he was a mentor and a leader of the conservative movement or whatever. And so he inspired Ronald Reagan. And so Ronald Reagan was kind of in his corner. And so there's a little fun history with the name Goldwater. But that's incorrect. It's not Goldwater Brewing Company. That's the first guess that we had. Good guess. We've given you 2 clues. Toupee, lots of minerals. My town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. And then clue number 2, which was we found buried beer cans in this area. Check out our past. With 1 guess so far. So nobody's won the treasure this week, which is going to be $40. That's what you will win if you find the treasure. Fun. And we'll wait till the top of the hour. Let's see. Let's do this. Everybody getting your minds ready. Here in about 10 minutes or so, I'll give a new clue, a hint, or tighten the location. Like I've been saying, have a little bit of a warning. Normally we get a little bit of a bump in the amount of viewers around 5. So if you're starting to get a good idea, it might be good to throw out some guesses, stuff like that. And that's where we're at right now. Nobody has won the treasure hunt today, but each treasure hunt that we've put on, this is number 5. We've had winners, and below me are the winners of those treasure hunts. You can see them there. Check out Ohio River History's YouTube channel, as well as Digging Richmond. After this live stream, I will be sitting with Digging Richmond, talking with him about some of our finds, talking about treasure hunting, all that general stuff on his channel. So if you haven't checked him out, go give him a search, like, subscribe, all that good stuff that, support those content creators, because, we enjoy doing it, and we like making, videos that it's fun for us to make videos, and it's cool when other people like them, and it shows some love. And it motivates us to get out there and find some cool stuff, So that's kind of where we're at. So far, we've had one guess. Once again, you can win $40 by finding the treasure. And a big thing is these clues. With the clue alone, if you're clever enough, you can figure out where it's at. Toupee, lots of minerals. My town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. I'll tighten up this Google Earth image that you guys are seeing. As you can see, it's somewhere in the boundary that's there. So it's not going to be, down in South America. It's not going to be in England. It's somewhere in the image that you're seeing there. Here in a few minutes, like I said, I can, you will vote in the chat whether I give you a new clue, like the clue that was just on the screen. I can give you a hint, which is me explaining the clue a little bit more. So that way, you better understand it. And then I can tighten up the location. As you can see, I'm using Google Earth. I would just zoom in closer. Like I would zoom in a lot more to where it's at, giving you, eliminating the rest of the area surrounding it, and then giving you a better chance to kind of, if you're a process of elimination type person, you would have you'd have less stuff to look through. We've given 2 clues, like I've said. Toupee, lots of minerals. My town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. Clue number 2, we found buried beer cans in this area. Check out our past. With the first and only guess being Brockton Magna-Fisher, Goldwater Brewing Company, Scottsdale, Arizona, which was an incorrect guess, but still a good guess. Very engaged. I got a feeling that this treasure hunt's going to wrap up pretty quick, like last week's did. And whoever the winner is, hey, you get $40. And that's kind of how that's going to work. Let's see where we're at right now. We have a few more minutes until I'm going to give you a new clue, a hint, or I'll tighten up the location. So be ready for it when it does happen. Here we go. I'm just opening something up for myself here. Let me go back over the clues just so they're on the screen. So go ahead and read that clue. Read in between the lines, all that good stuff. Like I said, it is important. That like this clue is what I'm saying. This clue is the most important, 100%. Like this is the one that's gonna help you find it the fastest. We have given a second clue, which I will put on the screen right now. That's clue number 2 for you. Take it in, read between the lines, all that stuff. And I've used Google Earth. That's I think that's to the right of my head. It's kind of weird because I think mine displays backwards. But you see Google Earth next to me, and it's somewhere within the boundaries that are displayed on Google Earth. Here in about 5 minutes, so start thinking about what you might want. I'll just keep cycling these clues through. So if that's a better reference for you, that works. Okay. And here in, like I said, the next couple minutes, I will give you a new clue. I'll give you a hint, or I'll tighten up the location. We've had one guess so far. Nobody has won. But start thinking about what you might want. And while we're waiting, if you have the time, give the video a like. Give us a little bit of love, subscribe so you don't miss next week's treasure hunt. Remember to share this hunt, invite your friends. The more the merrier. As a content creator, the more people that watch my videos, it makes me feel better inside. It's like, getting a bunch of likes and stuff on Facebook makes you feel good. You get that dopamine hit or whatever. But no, but honestly, I have a lot of fun doing this treasure hunt, and I think other people would have a lot of fun. So invite people advertise it on your social media, tell your grandma, whoever's into this sort of stuff, and we'll keep it going. I have no plans on stopping it, even if it doesn't even work out and I'm just losing money each week. I don't really mind because I actually enjoy doing this a lot. So share this hunt if you got a second. Like I said, go hit us with some likes. Go subscribe. Let people know. Text your best friend. Say, hey, hop on. Let's check it out. They have the chance to win $40. So it's not a big waste of time. It's a lot of fun, and you can win some money. And we've had a winner every single time. So it's the 5th time we've done it, and we've had a winner each week, and those are the winners right there. And we're about 4 minutes away from giving you a new clue, a hint, or tightening the location. So in the chat, in the comments, somebody let me know where you're at with that. Let me know, where. Let me know if you want a new clue, a hint, or tighten location. It's like a democracy, so whatever the majority says in the chat, for whatever you want, I can give you a new clue. I can give you a hint to one of the clues, or I can tighten up the location using Google Earth again. It's really up to you. I will cycle through the first 2 clues. Again, it's right there. I read it like toupee, lots of minerals, my town's name. First, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. Okay. Clue number 2. We found buried beer cans in this area. Check out our past. And that's where we're at right now. With Brockton Magnafisher being the only one that has a guess. Or who has guessed. I guess he is my guest who has guessed. It's kind of weird when I think about it. And we're about 55 minutes in the stream, but that doesn't mean much because technically I wait about 15 minutes and do like a little bit of an introduction. So the stream hasn't really been going that long. We have Brockton with another guess. California's Old Faithful Geyser. That's incorrect, but that's actually a pretty cool spot. But another good guess. We have about 3 minutes, and it looks like Brockton, you've been the key deciding vote for whether we have a new clue, hint, or tighten location. If anybody else has the urge and wants to jump in, let us know. Let us know what you want, how you want to do it. And we'll be doing that in the next 2 minutes or so. And it looks like, what do we got? We got Brockton again with another guess. Malakoff Diggins State Historic Park. That is also incorrect. I have never actually heard of that, but that's probably a cool spot for sure. So no, that is incorrect. Here in the next minute or so, I'm going to need someone in the chat, as soon as I get some info on it, a new clue, hint, or I'll tighten the location. Using Google Earth, I'll make it a little bit bigger so you can kind of see where we're at on Google Earth right now. I'll make my head a little smaller. And we're going to wait. We have about a minute or so. So, like I said, let me know in the chat whether you want a new clue, a hint, or to tighten location. I will display the clues again and explain what I mean by new clue, hint, or tighten location, just so it's clear. This is a clue on the screen right now. So what you're looking at is the first clue that I gave. If you ask for another clue, it'll be something like this or something like this. This is the second clue that I gave. Take it in. If you asked me for a hint on something, you could see it. I would just give you a hint. You'd say, hey, what did you mean by check out our past? Or what did you mean by we found buried beer cans in this area? And I would tell you. That's how the hints portion works. Or I could give you, tighten up the location. And by tighten up the location, I use Google Earth here as an aid, and I can move around and zoom in and zoom out, and I can tell you, or show you, where it might be, and it'll, by process of elimination, if that's more your method, you could probably isolate stuff a little bit easier in your brain and maybe figure it out that way. Let's see. We got Brockton wants to tighten the location. I'll just wait like another 30 seconds, Brockton. This is the only vote that we have. And like I said, it's majority rule. And that is where we're at. So here in about 30 seconds, I will tighten up the location. Just wait. Okay. And that's North Dance, I think. Yeah, I think I'm saying that correctly. Magnificent. Hey, thanks for joining us. We don't have a winner as of now, and we're kind of giving our fourth little, we'll just call it little key to the treasure. And I'm going to do it right now. So if you look at Google Earth, that's right next to my head. You can see it. I'll make my head down here, and I'll make it a little bit bigger. The treasure's somewhere within these boundaries. Remember, the treasure is going to be like a location or an object or like a physical feature, like a geologic feature, something like that. So it's like limitless to what it could be. One time it was a fountain. Another time it was a waterfall. Another one, it was a whole mountain. It was Obsidian Butte that's located in the Salton Sea. So because Brockton voted to tighten the location, I will now zoom in and isolate. And there we go. So now that eliminates everything else that you've seen. You know it's not in another country. And hey, Jason, thanks for stopping by. I'm a big fan of your forest fen hunting, Jason. I really appreciate you stopping by. You're a real cool guy, and I watched quite a bit of your videos when the hunt was active. So basically, where we're at is I give a new clue, a hint, which is kind of I will tell you what the clue means. Basically, let me show you the clues that I've given. This is the first clue, which it's in like a poem format, and I'll read it out loud so you can kind of understand like how I'm wording it. It says, to pay, lots of minerals. My town's name, first, Goldwater, straw, crayon. Second, hi, I'm flowing H2O. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. Cool? And if I gave you a hint, you would say, hey, I'm voting for a hint. And you would say, what did you mean by hi, I'm flowing H2O? And I would tell you exactly, the hint would tell you exactly what that meant. I can't tell you the whole thing because there's a lot here. But like, you pick a section of that and I can tell you what it means. Clue number 2 is we found buried beer cans in this area. Check out our past. So that's clue number 2. That was the second vote was for a clue. If it was a hint, I would tell you what I meant by check out our past, or I would tell you what I meant by we found buried beer cans in this area. Right. And then as you can see, I'll put it back up on the banner. Every 15 minutes or so, I give you a new clue, a hint, or I tighten the location. And the location, as of right now, is somewhere in that Google Earth image. So this is like satellite imagery, and I'm using Google Earth as a tool. It's somewhere in this boundary. I'll zoom out for a second so you can kind of, if you're just jumping to the chat, basically this is California right here. This is Oregon. This is located in the United States. And I zoomed into about, let me see, I can tell by the name popping up. There we go. I was about right there. And so it's somewhere in the boundary. So if you're looking outside of this area, you're in the wrong spot. Basically, it's not going to be in Africa. It's not going to be in Antarctica. It's not going to be in New York City. It's somewhere within that boundary. And we've only had a couple guesses so far. Nobody has won this treasure hunt this week. So right now, Brockton has shot off a couple guesses. He's had a little bit of an advantage because he's been here since the beginning of the stream. But he's had some pretty good guesses. Nothing incorrect or nothing correct. They've all been incorrect, and I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just we started out where it was anywhere in the world, and pretty quick he was able to isolate, the United States and stuff like that. And then even California before we were completely zoomed in on California. So he's had some pretty solid guesses. I will have the comments pop on the screen real quick. There's that comment again. It's in the chat. I can repost it, but I can also just display it like I'm doing now. There's another clue that I gave. Let me show you Google Earth with everything off. It's somewhere within this this boundary right next to the border that you see there. It says like Pyramid Lake, right? So that's like the Nevada border, and so you're in what I would call Northern California, and then like that's like what Western Nevada. So if you're wondering what the location is, that's kind of where you're at right now. Cool. Oh, right on, Jason. That's very cool. And Veterans Day is tomorrow, and so today's the Marine Corps' birthday, Jason, and I'm a Marine veteran, but I'll give you a happy birthday from the Marine Corps, you know, whatever. Everybody can celebrate the birthday with us. It's a fun birthday. And tomorrow, you know, I won't be online or anything like that, but happy Veterans Day in advance. Right on. Very cool. And it looks like you're currently building puzzle boxes. Oh, cool. I'm super excited for that. I love treasure hunting, armchair treasure hunting, all that wonderful jazz. And then North Dance, you said, ain't got a clue what's going on here. So I'll explain how this works. Again, I did it in the beginning of the stream, but normally around this time, people start getting off work and we swell up a little bit in the amount of people watching. So basically, this is an online treasure hunt that I designed. This is the 5th online treasure hunt, if that makes sense. So it's like, meaning, and it's an online treasure hunt because you can do it from your computer or your phone. You don't need to go out of your house and actually walk around and find stuff. I mean, you can if you want, but I basically pick a location or an object or like a geographic feature. Like a good example of it would be like Statue of Liberty, right? That's in the United States. Kind of like it has an address tied to it, but it's also like a physical structure. And that may be the treasure, right? In quotes, because the actual treasure is you winning $40 this week. So whoever finds my little secret object or spot first will win $40, and I'll send that to you digitally. I'll send you cash or whatever. I can donate it to a charity. You know, we've had winners in every single treasure hunt we've done so far. The first winner was Ohio River History, won $100. Next was Christine Cornejo. Next was Digging Richmond. And then after that, it was Mike Haverstock. That was last week. And Mike donated, that was a $20. I did a little $20 online treasure hunt. And Mike donated that $20 to this week's treasure hunt. So that's why you can win $40 by finding the treasure. And like the past treasure solves have been a fountain that was in Aquatic Bay in San Francisco, California. Another treasure hunt was Blood Falls in Antarctica, which is like an iron oxide where water's flowing and it's like red and it looks like blood. It's actually a pretty cool spot. So that's where we're at. That's kind of how this treasure hunt works. It's completely online. Oh, Stitched, you won. Congratulations. So hey, that's how. So I know that some people just jumped into the treasure hunt and they weren't figuring it out. But I don't know who Stitched is, but he figured it out. Right on. So cool. Stitched, let me put my email. Let me see. Let's do this. Right on. So our email is this. And I'll explain in a second what all the clues and hints meant so you can get an idea of it. But Stitch actually won this week, and it took about an hour. So, wow, that's so cool. Congratulations. That's like great. I mean, this is the second week. I'm going to have to make these a little harder. This is the second time in a row where you figured it out technically in less than an hour, which I don't know if you've been in the chat the whole time, but you've just been in the background maybe listening. And congratulations. Wow, that's so cool. So, Stitched, this is my email. Oh, nope, that's not my email. Dumb. My bad. I misspelled something. Whoopsie. It's Treasure Trail Contact. Here we go. Wow, I can't believe you got that so quick. I was unprepared. Here we go. Cool. There we go. And I fixed it. So email me. Let me know how you want your money. Stitch, you are out of the 5th installment. You are the champion. And if you are curious, that's so cool. Just got here and it's over. Yeah. Well, Magic Ed, on these videos, on these different live stream videos, if you guys shoot me comments and let me know of a time that works a little bit better. This time works good for me. And the amount of people in that compete or in the chat differs each week. I mean, the very first one we had like 15. We've had them up to 20 and stuff like that. But I don't mind when it's just 4 people or 20 people. I mean, the more the merrier. It's more fun. Let me go over. So I apologize that you just got here and it's over. But hey, Stitched won. This was the location that I had in mind. It's Big Bald Rock in Berry Creek, California. All I gave were 2 clues, and I tightened down the location. As you can see here, I'll show you on Google Earth first. We're here, and this is Chico, California. This is California. Let me zoom out more so you can see the United States. If I put in Bald Rock, and let's go Bald Rock Road and Berry Creek. This will kind of get us in the right location. It'll do, Google will do its thing where it kind of zooms into it. Boom. Right here. And they call it Bald Rock because, as you can see in the Google Earth images, they had some fires. That's up by Paradise where they had those big fires in California. But basically, the rock is called Bald Rock because when all the trees are there, the rock is exposed and you can see it from the road. It's pretty cool. So that's what I would eventually got to that location. Bald Rock's a very, very cool spot. Oh, sorry, Brian. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Stitch killed it. He's just been searching quietly. Ooh, see, that's sneaky. But congratulations. Let me explain the clues that I gave. This is the first clue that I gave. It was toupee, and I said that because you wear a toupee if you're bald. Lots of minerals, right? And if you didn't know, rocks are made of different minerals. That's kind of how it works. A rock is composed of minerals, and the minerals are like the smaller crystal spots, right? And so like that's why a mineral is different than a rock. So if you translate that, it means bald rock. If that makes sense. My town's name is first Goldwater Straw Cran. If you figured it out, Barry Goldwater I kind of gave a hint on that. Barry Goldwater was a politician in Arizona. Strawberry, cranberry, right? And so my first name is Barry because it's in Berry Creek, right? And then that's the second, right? I'm flowing H2O, which H2O is water, right? So I'm flowing water. And if you start thinking about what flowing water is, you would have Berry River, Berry tributary, right? Berry Creek would pop up eventually if you did process of elimination. I'm in a big state, but not the biggest. That's California. Come see me. It's a bit of a walk. Now, Brockton, this is going to kill you because you did figure it out. We found buried bear cans in this area. Check out our past. And yeah, it was one of our past videos. We found this 6-pack of beer that was buried in like the 60s, and we acid washed them and refurbished it. It's one of our more popular videos. I think it has like 10,000, 15,000 views or something like that. Very cool. And lurking in the shadows, Stitched. Very cool. Was able to solve it, and he won $40 this week. So you just let me know, Stitched. I can send you the money. However, I can give it to donate it to whatever cause. If it's like you want to just send it through PayPal digitally, something like that. I do have different apps that I use, and I can always update it. For whatever method you use. I could send you cash in the mail. I'll write you a nice little letter or something like that. I could, something like that. I don't think people like checks that much nowadays. I could do whatever. You decide how we do it. We don't even have to discuss it on the chat. You just email me, and I will add your name now to the winners. And I don't know your actual name, but hey, let's call it Stitched. I think that's what it was. I got to make sure that I spelled this correctly. Let's see. Did I spell that right? Yeah. So no. Yeah. There's some profanity to scare the kids away. Yeah. So you were right. It was one of our past videos. So Stitched, and I'm gonna display it stitched exactly how you have it with the lowercase s. Here we go. Save and okay. So this is our sixth. No, this is our 5th treasure hunt. Our past winners have been Ohio River History, Christine Cornejo, Digging Richmond, Mike Haverstock, and now Stitched was this week's winner. And technically Stitched, Mike Haverstock was our fastest winner. He figured it out in about an hour, and you figured it out in about 45 minutes. Although the stream's been going for about an hour and 12 minutes. I do a little bit of an introduction. There's like a 15-minute buffer time to let people hop on. But you are now for sure our fastest solver, I guess is what you would call it. Something also that's really cool is that you get $40 for this hunt because Mike donated his $20 from last time. So you have won $40 by finding the treasure, which was Bald Rock in Berry Creek, California. So let's see. We do these every Wednesday around 4 p.m. That's Pacific time. Yeah. And if you're not in the United States, you're just going to have to Google what the time conversion is because I'm not sure. I know there's like international times and stuff like that. But we try to shoot it every Wednesday. I'm open to do it on different days. If Sunday works better, that's cool. If it doesn't, we'll stick with Wednesdays. I would actually, depending on how many people we get in the live stream, the more the merrier, right? If there's more people jumping in the live stream, we are a monetized channel, and basically the revenue we make from our videos, I'm giving it back to you guys in the form of like a fun treasure hunt. And I like doing armchair treasure hunts like this. So the more people we have, so you guys share it, bring your grandma, bring your friends, stuff like that, the more money I'll make on the video, and I can have more treasure hunts. And then right there, if you're on the East Coast, 7 p.m. So, so wait, I normally do it about 4 p.m., Pacific time, but I'd be willing to do it even twice a week, depending on, if it's costing me $1 million to do this, I can't do it. But like putting $20 here and there really isn't a huge deal. And I can, and I enjoy this enough to where I don't mind making up these little treasure hunts and stuff like that. The more people we have, I can make it more difficult. I'm thinking about around Christmas time doing a bigger hunt where it's like $250, something like that. And I'll advertise it. I think that would be a good way to go. Here we go. 5 p.m. Arizona then. Thanks. Yep. And then I would recommend checking out the past live streams. They're, as far as like our other content, we're out there like actual like going through abandoned mines. We're metal detecting. I talk about the Forest Fen treasure hunt. I talk about the secret treasure hunt. I have all these different videos where this is like an online treasure hunt that's really engaged. It's dependent on the engagement of the chat, which Brockton is a real MVP. He's here in about every single one we've done. Hasn't won yet, sadly, but it's sad. It really is sad because you're close, and I think you're starting to figure out how I think. But if you want to understand how the treasure hunt works, if you want to understand how it works, you want to understand my thought process, right? If you watch the videos, it'll be the biggest indicator of what's going on. I'm getting married this Saturday. And look at this. Oh, you didn't have to do that, Jason, but I appreciate that. That's very cool. $10 towards the next virtual hunt. So the next hunt, I'll advertise it on all of our social media. I'll post it on our YouTube, and instead of a $20 hunt, we'll make it a $30 hunt. I really appreciate that, Jason. That's super cool. That makes it more fun. I think when there's more money, it's like there's more on the line, and more people are willing. That's very cool. Man, I can't believe you did that. That's super. Yeah, I'm super stoked. So instead of so we had the $40 hunt because Mike Haverstock donated his winnings, and then this week Jason pitched in $10, and oh my gosh, you guys, we got another $10 for Brockton Magna Fishing, and so that means that the next hunt we'll do a $40 hunt. So there we go. So I'm going to kick in 20. Jason and Brockton kicked in $10. So hey, next treasure hunt will be a $40 hunt, and it'll be 100% next Wednesday at 4 p.m. But I just need you to be engaged. I'll put my email up again, so that way our champ this week, where you at, Stitched right there, boom, killed it. Big Bald Rock in Berry Creek, California. Nailed it. Right on. I don't know if you're from Northern California or if you're just really that quick at researching stuff and Googling it, but right on. That's what's up. I'll throw my email up again. It's treasuretrailcontact@gmail.com. If you can't reach me via email, I know for instance, DiggingRichmond is a YouTuber that is one of our past winners. He's been trying to contact me on that email, and that email is not linked to my phone. I use it for this channel, but it may take a day or two, but I'll get a hold of you. Let me know what times work out better. Also, I'm very willing. Jason even you, Brockton, anybody that's in the chat. I'll put that up again. Thanks for the $10. If you guys ever want to hop on, I have the ability to do like, bring on guests and stuff like that. And Jason, I would love to talk to you about the Forest Fen treasure hunt. I know that it's over, but I found out some really, really, really unique stuff in the book. And so although we haven't been given the location, the guy that won it hasn't really said exactly where he picked it up. And then I can let you know about other treasure hunts that I'm involved in. I think we could have a very good conversation. Same thing with you, Brockton. I love magnet fishing, and magnet fishing is what we do more in the winter because we do have the dive system that we use, so we do underwater treasure hunting. But whenever the weather's a little bit colder, we whip the magnets out. We go out to the canals, like out in the deserts in Southern California where we're at, and we find some pretty crazy stuff. I actually found a stop sign in one of my magnet fishing videos that was from the 1930s, and Eli, one of our big followers, was like, hey, that stop sign's worth actually about $500 or whatever in the conditions it's in. And we Googled it and found out that he was correct. But what did we do? We threw it away in a dumpster like a bunch of dummies because it's not the treasure that we're used to. We normally find coins or old antique bottles or something like that. And I was like, oh, man, we're cleaning the stop sign. And I thought it was a newer stop sign in the trash. So it's like, But, okay, right on, Jason. I have that as a reference now. Thank you so much. Hey, big thank you again to Jason. I really appreciate the $10. And Brockton, I really appreciate the $10. Next week's treasure hunt will be $40. I'll come up with another location, geographic feature, object. I'll try to be as clever as I have been. Remember, watch these other treasure hunts. So you can kind of get an idea of how I think, how the process works. During the treasure hunt, I will explain the rules multiple times. I will put the clues and stuff into the actual chat. Anybody can win. If you're able to watch this video, you can win, because you can use that same device to search and find locations. But we'll conclude the stream as of right now. I really appreciate the donations from Brockton, Magnet Fisher, and Jason Dett. There we go. I was lagging a little bit. Let me put my head back up. Sorry, I had to do something. I was lagging a little bit, but very cool. Once again, shout out to Stitch. Stitch, hopefully you can make it next week and dominate like you did this week. Dominate, just get people engaged like that. Brockton, hit us up next week also. I think maybe next week will be your week. You've seen enough of this to where you have an edge and you can do it. It'll be a $40 treasure hunt. And the biggest thing, like I said, please remember to share this hunt. Invite your friends. If you have a YouTube channel, if you have some, let people know. Bring them here. If you want to pop on, Jason, I'll contact you. We'll work something out, even if it's not next week and maybe it's the next Wednesday. We'll work out what's best. Brockton, if you want to pop on, or whoever wants to pop on, if you want to just have discuss about whatever, it could be anything. Treasure hunts, it could be about the equipment we use. It could even be about how what I do to edit my YouTube videos and stuff like that, and the software and stuff I use. I don't mind. I just, to have a conversation while the treasure hunt's going on, maybe a little more entertaining. I think it's a good idea. So far, nobody's popped on, so you'd be the first one. Brad, as always, is oh yeah, Brad, you're always here, but he's in and out. Brad works out there in Australia, so I know it's hard for you to pop on and win, but I apologize if you jumped on this hunt and you were a little bit late, but I got to start at the time that I say, and I got to follow the rules. The first person to guess it wins it. So hey, let's call it here. Remember, give us some love. Check out the channel. Subscribe to everybody. Everybody love each other. Subscribe. Remember, tonight I will also be on. I'll just show the past winners. But Digging Richmond. If you search Digging Richmond, I'll be doing an interview with him. Andrea and I both. That's the girl that I'm marrying on Saturday, and she's also in. She's pretty much the face of the channel. On all the treasure hunts we go, I'm basically recording her. And so if you're wondering who I am, I'm Willie, that's Andrea, and we will be tonight with hanging out with Digging Richmond. Shout out to our past winners one more time. Ohio River History, check out his YouTube. Christine Cornejo, Digging Richmond, Mike Haverstock, and now Stitched, who is our fastest champion and the winner of $40. Right on. Everybody have a good night. If you check out Digging Richmond, we'll see you then. Until next time, next Wednesday. Let me know how everything's going. Comment on my videos, like, love, subscribe, all that good stuff. And happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Remember, go give a veteran some love. They do a lot for this country. I'm a veteran myself, but I will be going down to the Legion tomorrow, the American Legion that's in my hometown, and just hanging out with the older vets and stuff, and trading stories. So it's a really cool day. I think if you're in a different, if you're in like England or Canada, it's like Remembrance Day. I think that might be what it is, right, Brad? I think it's Remembrance Day, but give some love to the veterans. It's a lot of them had have some rough patches in their service. Some did, some didn't. But the biggest thing is just give them love. It's always good to support the troops and stuff like that. And then happy birthday, USMC. And Brad, hey, thanks. We'll be safe. I'll be a married man next time you see me, unless you're going to Digging Richmond stream later today. Everybody take care, and I really appreciate the donations today. And I'll see you for the next treasure hunt. Everybody have a